my name's JP Ransom. I'm in the College of Medicine here. I am originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I knew early on that I wanted to work with kids. I knew I wanted to work with kids before I was even interested in medicine or any type of health science. My sister, when she was in the hospital a lot, when I was 7, 8, I really looked up to the doctors there and the nurses as well. And that kind of looking back on that and wanting to go into pediatrics, working with kids specifically, a lot of people look at me and say, "Oh, that's so sad. How can you do that?" And I take it more of like I'm one of the few people that can, just because of the experiences that I've had. Everybody likes to say that medicine is a very competitive field, and it is in the sense of applications and matching into programs and things like that. But at UTHSC, I've never really felt that competitive air. The sense of community is just palpable, and whether you're in the classroom or studying in the library, wherever you may be, everybody wants to see everyone succeed. And it's just kind of a great feeling, even when you might be miserable having studied for 12 hours that day. You're together with people going through the same thing and not with people that you're actively competing against or anything like that. And it's just very calm. It's a calming feeling. All of our deans are very supportive and provide us with whatever resource we may need. All of our professors, especially attending class in person, you form a really nice relationship with them, and they are always so amenable to questions. And it's just like I keep saying, everybody wants to see you succeed. They give us the tools, they provide us with the resources. What we do with them is up to us, but all of our professors and deans are actively pushing us in the correct direction. I learned about the St. Jude's Pediatric Oncology Education Program through actually a UTHSC interest group called the Pediatric Interest Group. They presented a bunch of research internships for the summer for in between M1 and M2 year. And I knew St. Jude was just an amazing institution, and that one caught my eye. It was actually kind of funny, so I applied very early on so that my application would get in, and I showed interest. And there's a little section on the application where they say, is there anything else that you want us to know or any specific area of research that you might be interested in? And my sister had stage 4 neuroblastoma cancer, and so just as an aside, I wrote that down and said my sister had neuroblastoma cancer. If there's any research specifically in this, I'd be very much interested. A few months later, I hear back, and there is a researcher, Dr. Jun Yang, at St. Jude, specifically researching a cure for neuroblastoma. And it was just kind of a surreal moment, full circle for me to be able to see that how far medicine's come since my sister had been diagnosed and passed away. And also that it just kind of, I don't want to say fell in my lap, but it was obviously supposed to happen that way. I called my mom immediately just to tell her what was going on. She'd known that I had applied for the position and that it was St. Jude, but I don't think neither of us really expected to be able to be so intimately connected with the projects going on. She teared up over the phone. But then just as the summer went on and doing the research, I was obviously communicating with my mom about what was going on, and we had a huge fundraiser. The foundation has an annual fundraiser, typically in November, called Pink Bandana Ball, which I unfortunately have never been able to attend for various circumstances, age, being away, and things like that. But I was able to virtually kind of talk about the research that I had been doing. And they showed that about halfway through the fundraiser, and there was about $100,000 kick in donations after my presentation. And then my mom got set right away on communicating with St. Jude about where to allocate that money and trying to get it specifically to Dr. Yang's lab. I definitely want to go into pediatrics and then subspecialize. I'm not entirely sure what subspecialty I want to do, but I do know that I want to work in a hospital. and maybe not necessarily be a pediatrician, but I'm hoping rotations will shine some light on that. I am doing a CE, which is kind of like a bonus rotation in Chattanooga for peds hematology oncology. So we'll see how that goes. UTHSC really set me up for success. Just from the day they presented on St. Jude's POE program to being able to easily get my letters of rec in and everything. The application process was so smooth, and they are very supportive and making sure that I had everything that I needed. And as I've gone through my M2 year, going into my clinical rotations, everything's been amazing. Resources provided, information gathered, and even just kind of some small tidbits that you normally wouldn't get in like a large like orientation setting. It's been given to us, and I'm just really thankful for that and looking forward to all the opportunities that UTHSC has given me and is setting me up for.